What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Fourth Quarter Sports. Back with another episode. I'm your boy Ryan. We got Eves over there. What's up, my boy? How are you, man?
What's up? What's up? How you doing, man?
Good, good. Miss y'all boys.
It's been a while, but we back in action now,
We
man.
back at it. We back at it. So let's talk about Duke and UNC. What an incredible game last night. UConn won 73-72. Man, what a shot,
Man,
right?
that was
Last second shot. Mullins, kid from Indiana, high school All-American. Shot 4 for 28 from the field, from the 3-point line, really the whole NCAA tournament, and knocks down a big one to go to the Final Four. Eves, what is your biggest takeaway from that last sequence of that Duke UNC game?
man, and I hate to say it, bro. But I'm an honest person. Shouldn't have been a situation to begin with, man. Like you can't fall victim to the trap like that. But that's what happens when you have young players, man. Duke didn't have the experience; they wasn't prepared to be in that situation. Duke has a great coach. John is an amazing coach, but as you know, that man over there, the UConn sidelines, and Hurley might be the best coach of all times. That's a game where a game in a moment like that where coaching really wins, where coaching is a pivotal aspect of the game. I hate to see it to such a young player not be prepared, to handle the situation when the defense coming towards you like that. But I love to see big shots come in. I love to see Braylon Mullins knock down that three. Like you said, he's not been consistent. Hasn't had the best jump shooting performance this March Madness, but when it was time to make a big shot, he made a big shot, man. I love it. Best game I've seen
Yeah.
so far at the tournament.
Yeah, they were talking about on ESPN's, Stephen A and First Take, that would they put that up there with the kid that hit the shot for Villanova against UNC? No.
Oh,
But
no, that can't.
Chris,
That was the best of all time.
that's one of the best, right? I mean, you won a national championship off that shot. But if we're gonna put this
Yeah,
shot that he made, we're talking about a kid that he's a high school All-American. I got his stats right here. He's a high school All-American from Indiana. He shot 4 for 23 from the 3-point line the whole tournament. So he was shooting less than 20%.
shot
And
1 for 5.
yeah, believe he was 0 for 8 from against Furman in the early rounds of the tournament. So we're talking about a kid that Dan Hurley, like you said, Eves, Dan Hurley is definitely one of the best coaches because he's stuck with his player. You got to think about when guys aren't shooting the ball well, their confidence wane. Well, not him.
Mm-hmm.
He shot it from 35 feet and it was cash. I mean, you saw the Duke's bench. You saw John Shire, like you saw like the energy from the Duke's side of their bench deflated.
Yeah,
You know, so we're talking about a game, a final sequence. I mean, the kid Boozer, point guard, who had a hell of a season, him and his brother, in a situation where he was trying to outlet the ball, knowing that he knew he was going to get trapped,
yeah,
and it would just so happen that's a split second about basketball. Things can change within seconds. And I felt sorry for the kid because one thing I'll say, Eves, he handled the press conference with class. He felt like he failed. He felt like it was on him. And look, man, it's basketball. Right? Next year, which
things
he'll come
happen, man.
back next year. Yeah, it happens. We've seen some crazy things in basketball when it comes to the final plays, especially in NCAA tournament time. Final shots. I
Yeah,
mean, half court, full court, transition three. I mean, the kid from St. John's didn't play well all game and then turn around and go straight to the rim to win the game. So we've seen crazy
and
things,
yeah,
but when it comes to I'm sorry, go ahead.
but we seen some crazy shots. This tournament, we saw the Iowa, Florida, the tip in, man. Just to not take away from this game, but we've seen some amazing shots all
Yep.
March, man.
Yeah. And it was like, man, to see that shot, to see Duke go down like that. Here's what I want to tell people because things been flown around the internet in the sports world is that John Shire should lose his job. And the people that are saying that are absolutely out of their mind. Do you understand what this guy's doing? John Shire, he's the successor of Coach K. All right. He's
That was hard.
winning, he's winning most of his games. Right. The only thing he hasn't done yet is deliver a national championship. That's it.
And he's
I
still
mean,
young too, man. Like nobody
still
wins.
young.
Who's won a
Yeah,
ring in their first 4 seasons? Who's really cut down the banner in their first 4 years? It's
right,
not a lot, man. Coach K
right.
didn't do it. So I
Yeah,
think he's doing a great job out there.
yeah. Then the only thing we can say about John Shire right now, I got his stats right here. This is the second straight year in the tournament that he's blown a double-digit lead.
That is a problem.
Right. So could he be coaching down the stretch? Yeah. But at the end of the day, Duke has found a great coach. And like you said, Eves, we were talking about this earlier that the coach from UNC lost his job. If you want to
And
elaborate on that, man, go ahead. Let's talk about
John Schneider is
it.
the reason Hubert Davis doesn't have a job anymore, man. He's the reason. And UNC, much love to UNC, much love to the Tar Heels, but UNC has fallen to the wayside compared to Duke. They're getting out recruited, they're getting outplayed, they're getting out coached. They're not going as far as the tournament here, man. The success John Snyder has had is the direct reason why I believe Hubert Davis doesn't have a job. And I would love to see who gets that job over there in UNC. I think they have a chance to really bring back a true blue blood. Because as of late, UNC hasn't been that. UNC has kind of fallen by the wayside. They're kind of second fiddle to Duke now. It's not a 1A, 1B. It's a clear cut number one. Well, it's a clear cut. Neither one of the best team in the nation anymore. That title goes to UConn, but it's a clear cut difference of where they used to be now. So hopefully UNC gets a new coach soon that can come in there and really get them boys back into shape.
Yeah, bro, you're absolutely right. Once I saw the firing of Coach Hibbert from UNC, I'm like, oh yeah, because of Duke. I mean, you're
Mm-hmm.
right down the street. You're right down the street from them, right?
Yeah.
You have to recruit the best kids. This is UNC. This is the home of Michael Jordan, Vince Carter, Antoine Jameson, right? The list goes on. Guys that are all Americans, you have to compete with the best, right? And he's coached, he was there for 5 years. He has some success, but you look on the other side, you go to Durham. I mean,
Yeah. It's a different world up the
I
street.
mean, yeah, they're getting, I mean, they Cooper Flag, right? They're getting, the kid Knipple down in that's playing for the Charlotte Hornets. I mean, these guys can play, you know?
I just I think it's hard for both coaches here, UNC and Duke. When you take over for an all-time legend, when you take over from coaches that kind of laid the foundation and would set the groundwork for some of the best coaches of all times, it's never easy. It's never easy being the next man up to take over from a legend. So it was a hard role for anybody to fill. But whoever gets this job next coming in for Hubert Davis will definitely have a better expectation. They will have a better, they have a bigger leash as well because they're not coming in from somebody as successful. They're coming in from kind of a shaky foundation. They can tear down the house, build a new foundation on their own. So the next man up will definitely have a better job, a better opportunity than what Coach Davis had. But hopefully he gets on his feet soon.
Yeah. And I'll tell you this, in the land of NIL,
Mhm.
Eves, you got to be a master recruiter, bro. You got to recruit the best. It's that simple. You want the best, you have to recruit the best against the likes of Duke and UConn and Kansas and Kentucky, these other schools, and UNC can. You mean to tell me if coach from a UNC walks into my house to recruit me, and you got Duke down the street, you got NC State down the street, you got Wake Forest down the street, right? You got Syracuse, you got. I mean, these are big time schools. This is the ACC with probably between them and the Big Ten, in my opinion, some of the best conferences when it comes to basketball.
Yeah, easily.
You got you got to be able to recruit. So you're right, man. They're throwing out there Kenny Williams, Kenny Smith, Jet Smith on
Mhm.
TNT. We'll see.
Hey, can I ask you? This is a crazy take. I think it's crazy personally. I heard it and shook my head,
Yeah.
but I heard some rumors, and these barbershop rumors, man, strictly
Mhm.
barbershop rumors. They saying Coach Gino might want to lead the women's side and come over to UNC, man. Come coach the men out there at UNC. And he talks about that's the greatest female basketball coach of all times. What's your thought?
Yeah. He ain't going nowhere,
Yeah,
man. He been
no,
doing
he
this for
came up there.
40 years. I ain't going nowhere. I've been blowing people out left and right my whole college, my whole coaching career, man. He gets the best of the best. That's a great example of a coach that UConn women's basketball.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to throw South Carolina in there, you can. But UConn is the standard. How Duke is the standard.
Yeah.
And when he's already in the Hall of Fame, the most winningest women's coach of all time. When
Yeah.
the through any era, he's getting the best of the best women that come all Americans to come to UConn. Why I wouldn't go anywhere.
So you think that's crazy, right? He's staying up there. He's not coming
It,
over to the men's side.
listen, what they paying him, what he gets, the money, the cachet, the athletes of women that go there. I'm not going nowhere, man. Stores, Connecticut, especially for UConn's women's basketball, is the standard.
I
And
got
if I'm the coach, I won't go nowhere.
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm glad you backed it up. Hey, fellas, we keep in
Yeah,
the barbershop, man. Know I'm talking about y'all.
yeah.
Crazy for y'all to say, but we can
You
move
know how
on,
people,
man.
you know how people are. So, let me ask you another question, man. With this game,
Okay.
was this game? Would you say the UConn comeback? Right? Was this a game that UConn did a good job coming back, or was this a Duke collapse?
So let me start out by prefacing my answer to say I'm going to always say somebody won the game rather than somebody lost the game. That's been my stance my entire life. I doubt I ever see that change. Some occurrences happen, but I think the best team always wins. I think whoever's playing the best in that moment in time wins the game. And then, you know, like I said, Duke could have done more to withstand the game, to win the game. But at the end of the day, UConn won the game. They came in, they shook back. They were down to, I believe it's 15 at halftime. They said teams that it was like 130-1. They don't lose games like that when you're up going into halftime that big. Hey, but UConn showed they were ranked highly for a reason, man. Duke might have
Yeah,
been number one in the nation, but UConn was number two for a reason. UConn was right there. They're in the position year after year. They're consistently competing for championships, consistently competing to go to the Final Four. They're well coached. They have amazing players. And on top of that, man, like they weren't scared of the moment. I doubt anybody in that arena thought, "Oh, this is it. This is the game." Nobody ever thought that they were done. So UConn won it, man. What about yourself? How you feel about it?
I agree. I think back to what I was saying. This is Duke's second year blowing a double digit lead,
Yeah.
right? So what it's telling me about John Shire, and like I said, he's a hell of a coach. He ain't going nowhere. And he has a long career, and I think him being one of the youngest coaches in college basketball, he has a lot of championships that he will win. We look at some of the coaches like Coach K. I believe Coach K didn't win his first national championship until year 14 or 15, right? So that's a different era of coaching. But like I said, his first 4 years of being a coach at Duke, the standard is high, and he's for the most part delivered at every level. Best recruits, best defense, best offense. I mean, dominating the ACC, regular season champs, right? So when it comes to his coaching down the stretch, it's something that we have to take a look at. It okay, what happened here? And like you said, UConn, man, they fought back.
Yeah.
They started knocking down shots. They were pressing up full court. I'm looking at Dan Hurley's resume. Man, his record, he's won over 300 games, only lost 178 games,
That's
right?
for a reason, man. It's not an accident.
Yeah. National championship back to back 2003, 2004, Big East Coach of the Year, 2014. I mean, you see last night, I don't know if you saw this clip, but man, he got in the face of a referee. He's a hard-nosed coach,
I love it, man. We need more
right?
of that.
Yeah. Straight, I think he's from New Jersey. Straight
Mm-hmm.
hardcore coach that, man, if you're going to play for Dan Hurley, he loves high energy guys that can get it done. And my gosh, when I saw that, when they came back and they played with heart, UConn could win it. I believe that. I believe Arizona is good and Michigan is good, Illinois is good. But man, UConn got some ballers. And that kid, I forgot his name, the tall white kid that can really shoot the ball. He's a draft pick, you know?
I
But
want.
this game last night, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish your thought, man. Finish your thought.
Yeah, no, this game last night was a Duke collapse, and Duke,
Ooh.
UConn took advantage as they should, and that's why they're walking away. Took down the last shot. That last shot, that kid drained from 35 feet. Man, you keep shooting the ball. Shoot or shoot. Keep shooting your shot. Never wane.
Man, one thing you kind of brought to my attention, that I kind of think about often is that It's the age of Duke as well, man. Duke, I don't believe they had nobody really upperclassmen outside of Caleb Foster that's really gets significant playing time. The Boozer twins are freshmen. Malik Brown, probably one of the only seniors I could think of. Dame Sarr, freshman. Isaiah Evans, sophomore. Darren Harris, sophomore. Their team is filled with young players. And this comes with being a young team. When you get, the highest recruited teams, you get all these 5 and 4 star players. The reality of it is, a lot of them are going to leave. They're going to have a new team next year. They're going to have people that transfer, people that go to the NFL, the NBA. It's going to be the same thing next year again with Coach John, man. Coach Snyder's going to have to consistently deal with having a young team with young turnover. And this is what happens with young teams. You need reps, you need practice, you need to be in in-game situations to have chances like this to come back. As we know, Duke plays an amazing brand of basketball where, unfortunately, they're not in a lot of close games. They don't have the time and the reps and the practice in games where, okay, this is a all nothing moment. This is we aren't the best team out here, or a team comparable to us out here. Duke isn't in those situations where they're consistently playing high pressure basketball in close games, and we see this now. We see it collapse because they don't have the practice for it. If they play this game 100, they play this game 10 times. They just play from halftime, same score from halftime on 10 times. Does this happen 8 out of 10 times, 7 out of 10 times? I doubt it. But the beauty of March Madness, it happened once. It only has to happen once. So I want to see these boys develop next year, see who comes back to Duke next year. I think they're in great hands, whoever they're able to keep. They'll be ready next year, man. They're definitely going to have to, go to the drawing board this summer, get some more reps in, get some practice in, but they'll be good. They'll be back.
Yeah, no, I agree. And like we talked about, NIL money, man, who doesn't want to go to Duke? John Shire
Yeah,
and his coaching staff, they're going to recruit the best and they're going to get the best. And
yeah,
that's why UNC should be they have to match that. You cannot have a rival school less than 15 minutes up the street from you dominating, right? They're at home. They lost to VCU in the first round.
man. They lost my play too, man. That's a whole other story. That was my playback money too, man. It was $20 for
Right?
that bracket. Hey, Coach
And
Davis,
this
you text me, man.
yeah, and this is no knock to VCU because we RVA
Yeah,
grew up in
yeah.
RVA. We seen VCU become great, but it's levels to it, right?
That shouldn't have happened.
This is freaking UNC. This is Tar Heel Nation, right? So when you have guys on the other side of the street, other side of the town up in Durham that they're getting to Final Fours, they're getting the best recruits, right? Like you said, John Shire and his staff, no doubt in my mind, like you said, Eves, they're going to bounce back, right? We seen UVA lost in the first round to UMBC. The following year, they won a national championship,
Exactly.
right?
It's a whole
So
thing though, man. UVA was a bunch
for
of
the teams,
seniors, the juniors, a
yeah,
bunch of players, man. So that's the difference. If Duke
yeah,
can keep the talent, they can retain. And I'm not worried about transferring out per se, money monetarily wise. Nobody can outbid Duke. It's going to go to players that they get enough playing time or players that get replaced by a 5 and 4 star freshman. So they can keep the group together. They're probably going to lose the Boozer boy. He's definitely going pro. He's a top 3 pick, but if they're able to maintain a little bit of this group, there's no doubt in my mind they'll be back for favorites for next year.
100%, bro. And that's the standard. Duke is in a different league than a lot of other programs because they do retain guys, unless you're a Cooper Flag or Jason Tatum, you know, or the Boozer, Caden Boozer,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
We'll see, man. Got some good games coming up. Michigan looks great. Arizona looks great. I'm really excited to see how this turns out. My money's on UConn, man. They might go ahead and do it again.
Yeah. Well, you shoot the ball from 35 feet consistently. You win some games for sure. For sure, man. Well, last question. I want to wrap up with Dan Hurley, in the final four, your final four pick. Who you got going to the final four, Eves, man? Who do you like? I know you say like UConn. Who else you got on the other side?
Mm. I couldn't tell you, man. It's been too close. It's been too close. It's been a great matchup on both sides. Uh, who you got, man? Let me hear your take.
Well, I would say Arizona.
Okay.
I think Arizona, that team from top to bottom, they're deeper. I mean, they're going against Michigan, right?
It's a tough
Michigan got
bet.
a kid. Yeah, this game right here with Michigan in Arizona Eves is going to be, man, that's going to be a watch, most watch. I mean, those two teams can battle. I think Arizona will have the nod because they have a better bench. They got a guard. You know, their point guard is experienced. I think he's his fifth year in college playing college basketball, but he's really good. He'll be a draft pick as well. When it comes to UConn and Illinois got a young freshman who dropped 40 earlier this season. He can play. I think he's from I believe he's from Missouri, two-time, or I believe from Kansas, either Kansas or Missouri. He was a two-time high school state champion.
Yeah, whatever, man. It's gonna be all right.
But man, the kid can ball, good size, can shoot, mid-range, everything. But I think with that game, if you ask me, it'd be UConn beating Illinois
Mm-hmm.
and Arizona beating Michigan. So it'd be UConn and Arizona in the national championship. And then I think from there, in my opinion, it would probably be Arizona beating UConn because of how deep they are. But hey, this is where basketball gets tricky, man.
Man,
Basketball.
I would love for Arizona to win. Just simply fact, Bryce James be the first James with a March Madness win with the national championship. That'd be one up his
Hmm.
pop, one up his dad, one up his brother. I think that'd be a funny story for him in the James household. But it wouldn't be bad
Yeah.
to see Arizona win either.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be a great game, and it's good to see young talent guys that, man, it means a lot. Right? When you lose, you see the tears, you see the frustration. These guys want it, and that's why this time of year for basketball is so great because we see all the work guys put in over the season overall, and you get to a point where, man, your season literally came down to a 35-footer. He threw up there, and it was cash, bottom of the net, didn't even hit the rim.
I think it's one of
Right?
those shots when it goes up, this
Yeah.
is the one.
Yeah, especially if you don't contest it. I don't think Evans, kid from Duke, he didn't even contest it. I mean, he looked and didn't even get tested, and it was bottoms. So it's a frustrating thing, but it happens.
It reminded me a lot of the of the Dame and PG shot, man. That was a bad shot, but
Yeah,
sometimes bad shots
man.
go in, man.
That shot still haunts me to this day. When I
And
saw, I was
blow your
I
mind.
Man, man, that step back going right in PG's face, it has to
Yeah.
haunt PG to this day. PG should be coming back this season. I think he dropped 20 multiple games since he's been back from the suspension, which looks good
Hey,
for your Sixers. But hey, he should be thinking about that shot, 'cause that's what he hasn't been right ever since.
yeah, man. Hey, it's crazy
So he
that
got to come back.
that whole shot tore down to OKC. That version of OKC. That shot might have made SGA the
Yeah.
MVP, bro. We'll see, man. Got some good
Hmm.
basketball to go the rest of March, man. I'm looking forward to it. Moving into April, seeing these boys pull this championship out.
Yes, sir. Well, drop your comments in. Let us know who your Final Four is. Let us know who you got winning national championship. Other than that, another episode, Eves. Man, we a lot more basketball to be played. We'll be back to talk about it. But other than that, thanks for watching, y'all, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.